Just 3 miles from the scene at Fort Detrick, law enforcement sealed off the home of Navy Corpsman Fantahun Waltasinabet.
We're looking into any and all weapons that we find, any and all writings, anything and everything that could give us more information as to his background.
Frederick police said the suspect lived here with his wife and 2 children. The family members escorted away earlier by police, feet from where Rachel Tucker lives.
I don't know that I've really had full time to process it all yet.
Pentagon records show the 38-year-old moved to Frederick in August 2019, stationed at Frederick's Naval Research Center. It was the latest post in an 8-year career as he learned to become a medical lab technician. His family life among neighbors stayed private.
I saw the kids out in the hallway a few times. We would hear them sometimes because, like I said, our apartment's right across the hallway.
As investigators continue to search for a motive, so far they've found no red flags and no past arrests.
Everything that we've run so far, we haven't found any prior history.
His corner of the apartment complex remained taped off for more than 10 hours. Police say they're still talking to family members and expect to release the suspect's photo tomorrow. Pentagon records show the suspect received 4 decorations from the Navy, and his personnel file also shows that he has roots in Virginia. In Frederick, Mike Valerio, WUSA 9.